Welcome back to another episode of our homework workout. Let's get started. It's time to get ready with the warm-up, our first piece of today's 3-piece session. A nice and general warm-up to get the entire body ready for later. We're going to start off showing you the movements. Sval and Kenneth are ready. We're going to hit some A-frame toe touches starting in a regular plank. So I want everybody, and at home, please join us to start and try things out, okay? We're in a plank, shoulders are above the wrist. Feet are in a nice hip width stance here. Now what we do from here is we're going to start with our left arm and we're going to reach up in an A-frame and touch our right foot. Come back into plank, hold the plank, and then go with the right arm to the left foot. And you keep alternating this, but I want you to pause in the plank and I want you to pause in the A-frame position. So you don't want to just sag the hips down. You want to squeeze your butt, you want to squeeze your abs to hold a nice and firm plank. A-frame toe touches, beautiful way of getting warmed up. Getting your spine nice and flexible, getting your hips warmed up and get your lower back warmed up. Beautiful. Now, our second movement is going to be on the floor, on the belly, and it is a I raise, right? An I refers to the pattern that we're making with our body. So we're going to have our legs together. We're going to go into a, let's call it a half Superman. So shoulders are going to be our chest off the floor. Thumbs are going to be pointing to the ceiling. And from there, we're going to lift up our arm. And we're going to bring it back down, but we're never going to touch the floor again. Now Sval has his legs in the air, which is a true Superman, and Kenneth has his legs on the floor. I consider Sval's variation more like an upscaling than a necessity movement. The one Kenneth is doing is the one I like to see most, but if you feel comfortable, you can get your legs off the floor for a little bit more challenge here. I raises to warm up the shoulders properly. Very good. Now let's have a look at our third and final movement in this general warm-up, which will be the curtsy lunge. Right? It looks like the skater squat from 2 days ago, but it is slightly different. We're going to start off with, let's start with the right leg standing, gentlemen. Then we're going to have our left leg come behind the right leg, gently kissing the floor, squatting down, standing up. So again, they're staying on one side here. It is about kissing the floor with your knee. You're lowering your leg as slow as possible and get as much range of motion in that knee flexion there in the front. That's what we're looking for. Warm up the quads and warm up your glutes at the same time. And upon completion of X amount of reps, you move on to the other side. Kenneth will now show you what to do if you cannot do that lunge due to an injury. So you're going to have a wide stance here. You're going to have an arm up in the air. You're going to touch your leg. You're going to hinge from the hip. Look to your arm. You're going to windmill your way down and you stay on one side. Here we go. I like how he's looking to his arm here. A beautiful way of warming up the hips and the lower back and even the hamstrings. Alright, we showed you the 3 movements. I hope you guys tried the movements as well, because now we're going to all pull them in this warm-up. It is a 6-minute quality AMRAP, where a round will probably take approximately 1.5 minutes or so. So you're going to get a couple of good rounds in here. Focus on quality, don't go too fast, and please start with us. So get off your couch and let's get it going. I have Kenneth and Sval here standing ready. 10 A-frame toe touch on the first movement. At home as well, starting your plank. You can never do enough planking. And then we start in 3, 2, 1, and go. A-frame toe touches. There we are. So make sure you hit that plank properly in the middle while you're moving yourself from one position to the other. So opposite arm to leg with a plank in the middle. And every time you touch a toe, you can count it as a repetition. It's 10 alternating reps in total. And in that high A-frame, you want to keep your legs extended. If you feel like you can't touch your toe, you just reach for them. That is also fine. Then upon completion, you can just go on the floor, squeeze your legs together. A proper Superman or a proper half Superman. Then you start doing the I raises. So sometimes we throw in the T raise, sometimes we throw in the I raise, sometimes we throw in the T rex, sometimes we throw in the I rex. After 10, we're standing up, and then we do 5 reps per side of the curtsy lunge. Very good. So here you want to make sure you control every centimeter of the movement, and even in the bottom position, you are not collapsing. You are still the one that is in control and trying to fire your quads and glutes at the same time here. 5 reps on each leg. There we go. Good. So they are finishing up. They're finishing up their round. You guys need to continue and finish this up for 6 more minutes in total. So good luck. Stay safe. Stay calm. Be relaxed and press pause. Our second portion in today's session will be not an unscared but an unscored challenge. So what we'll do is we'll do 45 seconds of consecutive mountain climbers with a 60-second break for 4 rounds. Now what's going to be very hard is to count reps on this, right? Because there's a different ways of doing the movement, but what I'm actually going to aim for is as much intensity as possible. So if you can go fast, you will go fast, but if you need to slow down, you also just do that. Just make it a proper mountain climber and challenge yourself as much as you possibly can. I have Kenneth and Sval here showing you the mountain climber. You at home, come off the couch right away and join us in practicing the movement, looking for different styles and tempo. So let's get in the plank. Now start by pulling the right knee in between the arms and come back, good. And then switch to the other leg. Solid. Now while they're going, and this is a slow paced one, I want you to look at how the hips stay in line with the shoulder. Now often when people do fast mountain climbers, the hips tend to go up very high and the shoulders come behind the wrist, which is another thing you want to see. You go into like that A-frame mountain climber, that looks terrible. Now gentlemen, please up the tempo for the people at home so they see what else they can do. This is very good. At home as well, up the tempo. Up the tempo. And let's take a break. Good. Now you saw us starting slow and then we went to a faster pace. Now what I want you to do in the actual bit is either start fast and then go slower and alternate with the tempos, or just try to maintain one pace for 45 seconds and play around with different styles every other round that we're doing. Now we're gonna go right into this, so I'm gonna set my timer. I'm gonna have Sval and Kenneth ready, and we're gonna do our 45 seconds of mountain climbers here. Now I'm gonna just cheerlead you guys through it. Okay, let's go to our plank position. And we start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Alright, 15 seconds in. Make sure guys, you keep your shoulders on your elbow, elbow on your wrist, and hips in line with the shoulders. Kenneth and Sval are both showing beautiful mountain climbers because their upper body positioning remains the same. It looks pretty damn perfect. 15 more seconds. If you have some left, throw in some more. Why? We got a minute of rest right after this. So please up the tempo, guys. Come on. We got 5 more seconds. We got 3. We got 2. We got 1. And we break. 1 minute break. 3 more rounds. Good luck. I have climbed highest mountain. I have only to be with you. Okay, so it is time to start on the workout portion of today's session, for which you will need the following. We're gonna try to do this. You're gonna have your backpack, and you're gonna have it on your back, strapped up, and you're gonna keep it there for the entire workout. So the challenge is, how heavy can you load up that backpack and hold it on for the entire workout? If you have or happen to have a weight vest at home, you can also wear the weight vest the entire workout. It helps very well. You can also wear a weight vest every homework workout that we do. That might be a good one to do as well. Now, you also need a bottle, but just one, and an elastic band. Now I'm gonna have Sval and Kenneth demo 4 different movements for you guys, show you scaling options, and show you what to do if you have a specific injury. Alright, let's have a look at the good morning first. So they're gonna have their bag strapped up, they're gonna have their feet set in a hip width stand, they're gonna make a slight knee bend, squeeze their belly, then they're gonna start hinging from the hip, and they're gonna squeeze their butt to get back up. Boom. So the bag is gonna push them forward, and with their butt, it's going to squeeze up. You load up the hemis, you extend on the way up. Now the lighter the bag, the easier it is to scale this. You just make it lighter. Very, very, very simple. Good mornings. Focus on keeping that back nice and flat throughout. Now Kenneth will show you what to do when you have a lower back injury coming along. You want to go in your squatting stance, focus on sitting as upright as possible, and sitting your butt right in your heels. You're just getting some back squats going, but then literally called back squats. There we go, that's nice. Now, our second movement will be in a plank position where you will need the bottle. So we're gonna keep that bag strapped to our backs. We're gonna go into our plank, which will be on long arms. We're gonna have the bottle placed on the right side, about at chest height. Now from there, you're gonna have your left arm grab the bottle, place it all the way along the body on the other side, and then with the right arm you do the opposite. In Dutch we call this water naar zee dragen because it's completely useless, but it's very good to do as a core exercise, right? You're moving the bottle back and forth, using your abs and obliques to stabilize the body. Now the wider the stance of the feet, Kenneth, can you widen your feet please? And Saul, can you go more narrow? The wider the stance of the feet, the easier it is. The more narrow the stance of the feet, the harder it is. If you have a dumbbell at home, you can also place a dumbbell on the floor and pull that thing from left to right. Now let's have a look at our third movement for today's session, which will be an upright row. You're going to have the band, you're going to stand in the band on just one portion of it, and you're going to have your arms fully extended on the way down. You want to have tension right away, and your focus point is this. I'm going to pull my elbow over my shoulder and make sure that my hands get close to my chin. Upright rows, baby. Here we go. Great for the traps, great for the upper back, great for the rear delts and the side delts. So a lot of work done here. Make sure the elbows stay over the wrist so they don't go with the wrist higher than that. Solid. Now this might feel very itchy if you have kind of like a shoulder impingement going on or some tendonitis in your bicep tendon. So what you want to do as a scaling option is you want to aim to do this as a lateral hold. Since we're doing a minute of work today and not repetitions, you want to start off with this, and if it becomes very hard, you just go a bit lower. And you try to keep tension on the band for the full minute. Now, the fourth movement that we will show you is the back step lunge. You get it? Back step lunge. Good. So we're standing in the spot. Let's start with the right leg, gentlemen. The right leg going back. You move the right leg back, touch the floor, get your knee down, and stand it up, and move to the other leg. We're alternating steps here. We're going to do this for a minute straight. And again, if you load up this back, it'll become very interesting doing all of these movements loaded today. Back step lunges. Very nice. Now Kenneth will show you what to do if you have a knee injury. So what you can do with the knee injury is make this a death march. So you step forward, you hinge, you come back in, other leg goes forward, you hinge. Now while we can you please keep going for me? You want to realize that the front leg is the working leg. So the front leg is the one you try to fire your hamstrings on and you squeeze your butt to go back up. I love how Kenneth is trying to keep his shoulders and hips square and not tilt his torso to the side because he's only using one leg. Ladies and gentlemen, let's work out! 3 rounds, 5 minutes per round, EMOM style. Instead of doing a fixed amount of work on a minute, you're gonna work for the full minute. Get your back strapped on properly, make sure it's heavy, start with us at the same time. The first minute will be good mornings. I say good luck. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Slight knee bend here, we hinge from the hip. We're trying to find our hammies on the way back, we squeeze our butt to get back up. You want to have that bag as high up as you can, right? That's the idea here with the hinge. Get the bag up as high as you can. I was thinking about strapping the bag to the front, but that's very hard with the other exercises, so we choose to keep it as a true backpack here. Very nice, gentlemen. We're only 30 seconds in, so we got another 30 seconds to go on this weighted good morning. So when you're making good mornings, guys, and most hinge patterns that we try to utilize to do the hamstrings and butt, we try to keep our knees really on the ankle and not really move too much forward. The more the knee moves forward, the more we're going to have the knee bend, and the more quad involvement we have, which we try to avoid as much as possible in this variation of the good morning. There are always reasons to find to do it. I'm not arguing that. But for this one, it's not. In 3, 2, 1, we move to a plank. And in that plank, we have the bottle to the side. We grab the bottle with the opposite arm, and we pull it underneath. And we're going to have our pull-throughs here. Now, since I want you to do this for a minute straight, I want you, based on your level, to adjust the stance of your feet. Very good. Now, although I gave the option to you guys to score this workout in the app, I do want you to think of not doing this too fast, okay? I'd rather have you not score it or give it a rating instead of a score and move perfectly and really try to focus on a very challenging plank position instead of getting your feet in a sumo stance and moving very fast. There's a place for everything, but not here. Okay, we got, 12 seconds left, and then we move to what I believe is going to be the toughest part of the day, and that is 1 minute of upright rows. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. At home, ditch your bottle, get your band. Stand in the band, don't hesitate, and start with the upright rows, pulling your elbow up nice and high, trying to get your thumbs towards your chin. Make sure the elbow is the leading mover here. It goes up nice and high. Now what's going to be very hard to fake is the phase of the burn here. You are going to get a nasty burn in the shoulders, even if it's just a light resistant band. You want to keep your elbows high even when you're lowering the band. Otherwise, other muscles are taking over, right? Is what we're looking for. So we got 30 seconds left. Yes, baby. The band is the burn. You can always reflect back to yesterday's workout. Yesterday's workout had a shit ton of band work in there. Oof. So 15 more seconds in the upright row. And then we move on to our last movement, which is the back step lunge. 10 more seconds. At home as well. Keep it another couple of pulls. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. Alright, band away, let's start lunging. Last minute of this 15-minute interval workout. We do have a 5th minute, guys, that we didn't talk about yet, and that is the minute in which we completely rest. We'll show you that right after this workout. 40 more seconds. So always important, guys, with the lunge, back knee gently touching the floor. If you want to play something soft on the floor, you can always do that. And keep your upper body as upright as possible. And really make sure you hit a proper lockout in the end position when your feet are next to each other again. 20 more seconds. If you think this is too easy for you, even with a loaded back, add a jump in there and you'll get your pump. I'll promise you guys that. 15 more seconds with the back step lunge. And then we head over to our 5th minute of the first round. And we do 2 more rounds after that, and that minute is just resting. Keep going, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Continue, press pause.